I maintain that when Christ died, He paid the sin debt for every human being that has ever lived. No one need ever wake up in their eternal doom and say, well, God didn't supply my need. Yes, He did. I gave an interesting little story to one of my classes the other night, and I haven't got time on the program to lay it out in detail, but a gentleman had been convicted of murder. And the whole community was up in arms because he was such a pious individual. They just couldn't imagine that he could be guilty of such a crime. But there was no doubt he had killed a man. And as he was waiting in death row to be hanged, the governor pardoned him, wrote him the pardon. But in his anger and his rebellion, he tore up his pardon and stomped it on the floor, not realizing, of course, what it was. And so he went on to the gallows, and as they were about ready to open the trapdoor, they asked him if he had anything to say, and he says, yes. He said, tell the world I'm not dying for murdering a man. I'm dying because I rejected my pardon. But you see, that's exactly where every human being is. They've been pardoned. They've been reconciled. They've had everything done on their behalf that needed to be done, but they wouldn't believe it. And so they stomped it underfoot. And so they're going to go to their eternal doom, not because of their sin. They're going because of their unbelief. They're rejecting the pardon. And that's what's, as I said several weeks ago, see, that's what's going to make hell, if you want to call it that, and the lake of fire is different than hell, really. But for those who end up in the lake of fire, I think it's going to be that eternal regret that they're there because they rejected their pardon. They could have escaped it if they'd have just simply believed it, but they will not. They don't want to hear it. How many of my class people told me as they approach even some of their fellow church members, don't bother me. Leave me alone. I'm comfortable. Well, they may be comfortable now, but the day is coming and they won't be. But the pity of it is, He has reconciled the world to Himself.